Welcome to Kumba Software DPAA tutorials. This tutorial is about how to move files from one set of appliances, domains, and directories to any other set of appliances, domains, and directories using the DataPower Administrator's Assistant. So be sure to set your video playback to high definition, and though some visual details of DPAA may have changed since this video was created, the functionality will be the same. Use case here is relatively simple. We have an appliance or more than one appliance where we have an existing set of files and directories, and maybe we want to lighten the load on one or repurpose another appliance for use of some subsets of information that would want to move files off of one appliance and put them on another. Now in this case, I had two other appliances. As you can see, I don't have any other directories in these two other appliances, and if I search, you can see I had no other files in these two appliances. I'm going to go back to this appliance, and I'm going to go into these two directories. Then I have to do as many as I'd want, but I'm going to select two for this demonstration. And I would to search all of the files that it located in those locations. So you can see we have a mixture of files in different locations within the file store about the source appliance here. I'm going to go ahead and select all of these files. And then I'm going to either use my hamburger menu, or I can right mouse click, and I'm going to select Move To. What this is going to do is this is going to give me a wizard giving me the ability to move files from my source to my destinations. But the first choice I'm going to make is where do I want to move these files to? So I'm going to select the two appliances that currently had no files in them. Then I'm going to select Next. I can select one or more destination domains as well. In this case, I'm just going to move them to the same domain and those appliances as we find in the source appliance. And then I'm going to select Next. We have the ability to duplicate the source directories within the target. In other words, since I've selected a couple of directories here, I can duplicate the names of those directories as the move is occurring within these other appliances as the move occurs. If I don't do this and I select Next now, I get just the destination directories that are available on the destination appliances, which isn't too much to work with. It's not the end of the world. If I go ahead and click Next now, you can see that it would want to move these files over to the other directories, but in this particular case, the target directory will be the same for all those files. Now, I do have the ability to click into here and type in a new directory, but if I'm not a good typist and I want to be able to, make sure that this is the same, it would be very unfortunate if I would have mistyped something along the way and then I would find myself having to move these files again. So I'm going to go back 2 screens here, and I'm going to turn this checkbox form, which tells DPAA to duplicate the directories in the target, so I don't have to type these names in. And so as you can see, I now have the files that I want going to the directories that I'm aiming for them to go to. Now again, I can type a new directory here for this file. And then we still have all the control we want, regardless of what's happening. There are 2 checkboxes at the top of the screen. Do we want to create non-existing directories in the target? Well, as you saw, the targets didn't have any directories, so we would probably want that checkbox turned on. And then we have the opportunity to overwrite any existing files that we may be moving. This could be a use case where we maybe have a test location where we're doing some things, and then we want to move them over so we know we've dealt with those files and copied those files to a new location without getting confused about what we have copied and what we have not copied, if that's what we're trying to do. So Generally speaking, when we're moving, we may not want to overwrite existing files, but if you are moving over existing files, you'll want to make sure you check that checkbox on. To commit the move, I'm going to go ahead and select Finish. A DPAA now goes out and moves those files out to the target destinations where we designated to move them. Let me close this window. One thing that we're going to see is we still have our directories here. Nothing appears to have changed, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a quick search now. And we're going to see there are no more files here. Now the directories remain, but the files are now gone because in the move operation, DPAA will remove the files after it has successfully made the copy. I'm going to go select these two appliances now, and you'll be able to see that I've got multiple directories here. And if you were paying attention, you could see that when I gave the new directory to one of those file names, I didn't get it to give it to both. So in other words, only one of these appliances has the new directory where the other one doesn't. So you have full control and full power in everything that you're doing. I'm going to select 3 directories, and I'm going to now select Search. And as you can see, together all of our files. As I mentioned before, here's the file in the new directory that we don't have in the other appliance because we didn't designate that we wanted this file to be sent to a new directory in the other appliance. So that's how you move files using the DataPower Administrator's Assistant. You want to see more, go up to www.kumbasoft.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Go to the Features and Tutorials page there. And there are hundreds of videos, literally many videos to watch to cover all the features the DataPower Administrator's Assistant has. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.